Grace, listen to this. Listen to this. I have some big news to share. And that news is, I'm finally getting married. I see. Congratulations. Wow, what little tension you have. This is the whole reason why I never like talking to older women like yourself anyway. You guys just love to take all the fun out of everything. I'm sorry. I just didn't think you'd ever be getting married, and that's left me surprised. I had never been as cute or as beautiful as you, and most men were never attracted to me because of that, right? But finally, I was able to find myself a man who is into me. And that is really good to hear. And because I'm finally getting married, you'll be coming to see my wedding, right? I've already started sending people invitations through email to my wedding and everything. And for you, I'll be sending it over text, okay? Oh, is it all right if I do that for you? I'm sure that older women like yourself have some trouble with technology, right? I should be able to manage. Go ahead and send me that invitation. If I find that I'm having any problems with it at all, I'll let you know. Ivy, what is up with this invitation? This date you chose to have your wedding on? You already know I won't be able to come to your wedding on that day, right? What? Why won't you be able to come out and celebrate with me on that day? I knew about how you had plans for that day, but it's not like any of those plans are that important, right? Don't even start with me, Ivy. I told you about how that day is the 1-year anniversary of my son's death, and that is going to be a very serious day for me. I told you half a year ago that all of the family would be going out to see his memorial so that we could all show our love and respect for him once again. Aha, that's what you're talking about? I heard about all of that, but I didn't think it would be that important of an event or anything. Huh? Isn't it kind of a waste to be setting time aside for someone who isn't even alive anymore? And it's not like he's going to care any because he's already gone and won't know anything about what's going on here. What did you just say? I understand that my son is no longer around, but he was alive for a very long time and knew all of us. Are you telling me you never cared about your nephew at all? You really think I cared for him as much as you did? I mean, my brother's son was cute and all, but the fact that that brat had your blood mixed in him, I kind of felt indifferent when he died. It would have been a lot better had you never given birth to him in the first place. You! Anyway, I've already talked with my brother about the wedding and everything, and he's on board with coming that day. You won't have to come, but make sure to send your wedding gift to me with my brother. Honestly, having a woman come to celebrate my wedding who had her son die while he was still partially in her is very bad luck, I think. So yeah, you can say no to that invitation I sent you and go to that memorial all by yourself. Screw you, Ivy! Wow, you're scaring me now. But it's not my fault all of that happened. So don't start getting upset with me over the fact that you couldn't care for your son well enough and let him die. Sorry that my wedding is happening on the day of his memorial, but who actually cares, right? Everyone from the family will be coming to my wedding, so you can cry over your dead son all by yourself. Good luck! I see. All right then, Ivy. Sorry that I'm the only one between the two of us who's going to be happy. Dave, you're still at the detective agency, right? You don't have to reply to me until you've finished whatever business it is that you have, but I'd like to talk with you as soon as you're done.
I'm sorry, just looked at my phone. You started texting me while I was still talking. I have some things I'd like to tell you as well right now. But let's start with what you have to say first. We can get into a lot more detail later on if you want, so start by just giving me a slight rundown.
All right. Actually...
I was finally able to get out of the agency building. I had to read through all the things you sent me, and all I can say is, what the hell? Who does Ivy even think she is, saying all of those heartbreaking things?
I don't think that your sister is the kind of person I want to be around anymore. After everything she said about our son, I'm at a loss for words now. I'm really, really sorry that you had to grow up with someone like that as your sister. Honestly, I'm totally fine with you and I just abandoning her and moving on with our own lives now. That's how little I want to be around her now.
Don't worry, and thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm gonna be honest here, I don't think of her as my little sister anymore now.
What? Why do you say that? I understand that her and I have always been at odds with one another, but you guys at least shared a bond as brother and sister, right? Sure, she may act like a demon and say the most heinous things to everyone, but she is still partially your family.
I thought the same thing, that she was still going to be my sister no matter what. Until I heard what the detective had to tell me.
You got some answers from them? Oh, did they find what we've been looking for?
Yes. They were able to find the person responsible for what happened to you right before you were supposed to have our son. The person that stole our son's life from us and left our family in ruin.
So we finally have the culprit then.
We never had a chance of finding out who it was before, after the officer that was chasing them down got into that accident and couldn't pursue them anymore. But by having the detectives work with us, we finally have the answer. And it's not an answer that I wanted to hear from them. The one that murdered our son was Ivy herself.
What? It was Ivy? That means that... Then that bitch is the one! Not only is she gone and planned her wedding 1 year after the death of our son, but she was the one who killed him in the first place?
That's what it seems like. I won't be able to forgive her now. The fact that she stole our first child's life from us and put us both through hell is why I'm going to make sure she never has her way around anyone ever again.
I will not let her get married after what she's done to us and our son. I won't allow it. We have to get revenge for what she's done. And until we do, I won't be able to rest or sleep any. Grace, my wedding is finally going to be taking place tomorrow. And my brother said that he'll be coming along to celebrate it. I can't believe that you'll have to have that memorial for your son all by yourself now. You must not be loved by anyone then, huh? That means that nobody else cares about you and never thought you needed that son in the first place. You seem to be having a lot of fun there, Ivy. Well, I'm just enjoying the sight of a witch like yourself who stole my brother from me crying in pain now. And I'm going to milk your sadness for as long as possible. Therefore, I hope this seals your decision to never have another brat like that one again. You don't have what it takes to have any children, and that's why the first one died before he could even enjoy this world. I wonder about all of that. I'm sure the only brats that you can have are all mentally disabled in some way, right? And they would become, for a lack of better words, burdens to society. Giving birth to a bunch of useless beings will only piss the rest of us off. Yet the fact that you didn't understand that before making your first son is really heartbreaking. This will be your last chance talking poorly about me like that. You're just saying that because you're in pain and despair now, right? You poor, poor thing. I hope you enjoy that wedding of yours very much. I'm praying from the bottom of my heart that everything goes to plan. What? And that plan, of course, is mine. The one where you'll witness hell for the first time and be consumed by it forever. So don't be mistaken, I'm not praying for you to become happy after the wedding. I'm praying that everyone else can by watching you rot away in agony. I have no clue what you're going on about. All I seem to hear from you is the crying of a sore loser. My wedding is going to be starting really soon here. I'm sure you're all by yourself right now, trying to have that memorial for your son, right? Well, that sort of depressing situation suits you well, Grace. I'm not all by my lonesome here. Wow, so you're going to start lying about it now? I'm sorry to say this, but we both know that all of our family will be coming here to my wedding today, so there can't be anyone going there to be with you. I'm going to become happy with all of my family, while you suffer alone thinking about how you let your son die, right? This is what you get for stealing my dear brother from me. What the hell is this? Explain what is going on right now, Grace. Why the hell have you come all the way out to my wedding? And why are you in funeral apparel? And why is everyone else from the family all in their funeral attire right now? This is all you're doing, right? Hello again, Ivy. You are absolutely right. This is all my doing. After what I explained to everyone, they all followed in my footsteps by coming to your wedding dressed in black. I'm not playing around right now. Why the hell would you do something like this to me on my wedding day of all days? Because today is the day of my son's memorial. Huh? Did you think that when all of the family received emails from you talking about how they were invited to your wedding on the day of my son's memorial, they would all just toss the plans they had made with me to come to your wedding? Everyone came to me right after they received those invitations and asked me what I wanted them all to do. So I went ahead and told them what I wanted. I told them about how my husband and I found out that it was you behind the death of my son after you pushed me off that walkway, forcing me to land on my belly and end the life of my son. I pushed you? What are you talking about? You can play dumb all you want, but the truth is already well known and there is evidence to back it up. We made sure to look into the crime after it had been committed. I've already gone and shown all of that evidence to the rest of the family now. And every single one of them is beyond furious. They all told me that they'd forget about your wedding and marriage. But them all staying away from your wedding wouldn't have put an end to it, right? It wouldn't put an end to my wedding? You thought I'd just let you get away with what you've done to my son? There is no way in hell myself, my husband, and the rest of his family will allow you to ever be happy again after what you've done. And that's why I told every single person in this family to wear their funeral clothes today to your wedding. So they did. And that is why at this moment in time, there are tons of people at your wedding seething with rage, dressed in black. Would you like to come out and speak with us yet? Screw you and everyone else. It's because of you now that my all-white wedding is filled with people dressed in black. What the hell is all of this? I have never seen such a beautiful wedding being destroyed in such a way. I won't forgive you for ruining the one and only chance in my life to have a wedding and be happy about it. It's not like I was the one that even pushed you. You all have the wrong idea and are confused now. It was you that fell off that walkway and killed your own son, you idiot. I didn't do crap. You think I did that to my own son and myself? You're the only person that thinks that right now. No, I'm not. I never ever pushed you off that walkway. If I'm saying that, then that must be true since I knew what I was doing then. I'm the only one that knew. I can't believe that even though everything you're saying is a massive lie, everyone is believing you and coming here to ruin my wedding. I'm glad your son died during childbirth. But now you've taken things way too far, and I will not let it go unpunished. I'm not the one who will be punished, though. Ivy, what exactly is this about you wanting a settlement from me? I I just found out that today you've been trying to get a settlement from me for something, but I wanted to ask you about it before taking any action. Do you really think that it's that hard to figure out why I'm wanting a settlement from you now? You went and ruined my whole wedding last week, so I'm going to make sure you pay me back for all that. Why else would I be getting a settlement from you? This is what you get for being a complete bitch, so make sure you have that $15,000 to me soon. And because of you, my son died. So us all coming and ruining your wedding was payback for that. Huh? Why don't you just go make another son then with my brother? You can make as many babies as you want if you'd like, yet I'll never be able to get that wedding you made me lose back. Now get out of my face and try again. Although this time you might want to do a better job of watching your step when walking on high places. If that's how you want to talk about all this still, then I have no choice. I'm going to make sure you have no more freedom to become happy and completely crush that stupid face of yours. That was always the plan, of course, but after what you've just said to me, there is no more hesitation. I won't feel bad about anything I do to you, since you don't even have a single ounce of regret for what you've done. I don't really care to listen to your monologue about your feelings of depression to me. Now, hurry up and pay me that money, you baby-killing bitch. Are you kidding me right now? I have no freaking idea what's going on here. Why do I have to be the one to pay you a settlement now? And what the hell is this about the police having been called on me? What the actual hell do you think you're doing? Yep, that's what I've wanted. I told you already. I'm going to crush you and take away all your freedom to be happy. I hope that when I'm finished with you, there is nothing left in that soul of yours but darkness and regret. I will not let the damn police come and arrest me for no reason. Now, listen, you old whore. You can't just go around all the time claiming to be a victim to everything all the time. Take a minute to think about what shameful things you're doing, you child. I'm the child here? I'm sure you've just gone completely hysteric now after having lost your son. As long as you don't make a baby with my brother again, you can go ahead and bring whatever ungodly heathen you want into this world. Then you won't have to think about the last one you let die, and we can all be happy again, right? But you'll still have to pay off that settlement I asked for from you, so you'll end up in poverty. But who cares, right? That's never going to happen. Huh? Because of you, I was told by all the doctors I'd never have a chance of having any babies ever again. You know about how I got married to Dave 5 years ago, right? And that it was difficult for us to make any kids? I suppose I remember that. Now that you mention it, you had a lot of problems making kids then. I don't care about your problems, though, so let's move on. Wait, does this mean that you're infertile? That's right. After Dave and I both went and got evaluated, the doctor came to the conclusion that we'd need outside intervention in order to get me pregnant. That's why after 4 years of trying and trying for a baby, I finally became pregnant. We both cried tears of joy for hours and hours in our bed, knowing that we'd finally be able to have a baby. We went around telling everyone about how I'd finally become pregnant, even you. We both knew how much you hated me, yet Dave still wanted you to know that a miracle had happened. Oh, I don't care. And if I remember correctly, you and I were a lot closer to one another before you got pregnant. You think so? What I remember before I became pregnant was you always stealing things of mine and coming into my room and tearing up all my clothing. What? Did I do all that? That's why Dave and I agreed that after becoming pregnant, it was best that I stayed away from you and minded my own business. Things were going pretty well until the week my baby was supposed to be due. As I was walking home from the clinic with my son to be born soon, I had to cross the road using that walkway, and someone I knew was at the top. That someone was you, and before I even had a chance to say anything, I was on the ground in agony with my water broken and blood coming out of me. That all happened because you had pushed me over the side of that walkway. I was told something like that by my doctor after he tried delivering my son in his critical condition. That there would never be another chance like that for me to have a baby, and that I was better off giving up. So you're never going to be able to have another kid? Awesome. Awesome. In other words, that means you'll never be able to make another baby ever again, right? That's awesome news to me and means celebration now. Ivy, you really are such a bitch. Huh? Now, why do you think it's okay for you to call me that? It's fine for me to call you that since you're a useless member of society and a total failure. But me? And to me, all you are is a reason for why the justice system exists and why something like the death penalty can be warranted. I'm not going to take everything into my own hands, but I will call you out as what you really are. And as for you saying you didn't push me, after having worked with some detectives, we have footage from that day that had been taken by a street camera of the whole incident. And in that footage, it can be seen clear as day you pushing me over the edge and then running off in a hurry. And that's why right now as we speak, Dave is going to your husband and showing him all of that evidence. What? You thought we wouldn't get him involved? We would both be terrible people letting an innocent man like him stay married to a murderer like you. And I told you what was going to happen, right? That I'd be taking away your freedom to be happy? This is going to be it for your marriage, Ivy. I'm sure he's going to want a divorce after everything he's had to see. Not only will you be arrested and have to pay me a major settlement, but you'll be losing your husband as well. You will be forced to become the most lonely person on the planet and have to rot in hell all alone. And that's just the way I've been wanting things to happen. You can't be serious. It's your fault for being infertile and not ever being able to have a child in the first place. You were already a defective woman to begin with, yet you thought you could still have my brother? Dave is my ally in all of this, and he'll never leave my side. He is my older brother, which makes it impossible for him to do anything to me. He would never, ever be able to abandon me at a time like this. All I have to do is tell him to stop trying to hurt me, and he will. I guess you really have lost your mind. That could be seen happening years ago, but now you've gone completely overboard. Dave, stop all of that BS right now. You're being taken advantage of by that crazy bitch, and you need to break out of that trance right now.
What are you crying about, Ivy?
Remember now, that old bitch is blaming me for her inability to have any kids and killing her son. That's just mean of her. It's her fault that she was never good enough to protect that brat in the first place. I guess that's just the kind of selfish thinking infertile bitches like her have, right? You've probably come to realize that as well, right? So please, could you just give me that videotape that asshole put together and faked?
Understood. I'll hand it over to you.
Perfect!
We've already gone and shown it to everyone and have multiple copies now.
What?
And when I showed it to your husband, he was in shock. He never knew you were this kind of a freak. I heard that he's next in line to becoming a CEO. I'm glad that we were able to help someone like him before it was too late. He's already started talking to everyone about how he's divorcing you, so you'd better go home to him right now. And if you're with a lawyer or whatever right now, have them come with you as well so that we can all explain the legal repercussions you'll be facing. And there isn't going to be any out-of-court settlement here. We are taking you to court and getting every penny we can out of you before sending you to prison.
What are you saying? What's happened to you, Dave?
I don't think there's anything wrong with me. You just don't happen to understand what it's like to be the parent of a dead child that was killed at the hands of their sister.
Who gives a damn about that kid? She was never meant to get pregnant in the first place, so it's her fault for even trying. This is what a useless pile of crap gets for messing with nature. There is no freaking reason for you to be siding with her anymore, Dave. Why are you doing all these terrible things to your cute little sister? Does this mean what I think it means? You don't want for me to be married to someone else? Come on now. If you were jealous of another man taking me away, you should have just said so.
Shut your damn mouth! I'm sure that Grace never said this to you before, but the one who has been infertile has been me.
What?
After going through a whole series of tests, I turned out to be the one with a problem. But I didn't want to live the rest of my life thinking it was my fault I couldn't give my wife a child. And so I did everything I could to get her pregnant. I wanted to see what a baby between us would look like, so I tried for years. I wanted someone to love and care for. I was in tears when I heard that I got my wife pregnant and that I'd get a little boy. So when I later found out that my unborn son had died in an accident and that it was due to my little sister, I broke down hard. I will never forgive you for something like that.
Just wait a second. I may have pushed her a little, but she was the one who chose to go over that edge. And I'm family, right?
You're not family. You're a cancer to this family that needs to be eradicated in order for this family to become happy again. If I remember correctly, you said what happened to my wife was what she deserved. All because she was infertile, right? Then that means I should have been the one getting pushed over the edge of that walkway, right? I'm a failure of a man, right?
Wait, no, that's not what I meant by that. You're not some failure like she is. I only said that about her because she's an asshole.
What you were saying about her was all because you hated the fact she was infertile. But she's not the one who is, it's me. I'm the failure of a man, so it should have been me you pushed. And now that I know you think of me that way, every bit of connection I had to you as your older brother has vanished. I'm cutting you out of my life.
What? You're cutting ties to me?
I have no other choice now. Just thinking about the fact that we share the same blood, I'm burning up with rage. Now I'm gonna make sure you lose all your family, your husband, your money, and your house. I'm gonna hate never seeing how sad your life becomes after Grace and I are gone, but I really do hope you get a good taste of hell. God, just thinking about you makes me want to vomit.
Dave, you're lying about all of that, right? Are you really abandoning me now? Don't do something like that to me.
I'm not joking here. And don't even bother with the rest of the family. Everyone hates you now and is gonna block you and make sure you never show up at any of their places. And if you do try to find them someday, I said I'd be more than happy to help them move out and to another home.
You're doing all of that?
And that's not all. When it comes to Mom and Dad's house, they plan to have it demolished and will move to a new home. We're gonna make sure you spend the rest of your life alone. And that's if you're able to get out of prison. If not, you can spend the rest of your life there with all the other murderers. This is how Grace and I are making sure you never get to experience happiness again. And hopefully will regret what you've done for the rest of your life.
No way.
I've also thought of the chances you have of running away someday and becoming happy somewhere out of the family's sight. So I've taken preventative measures against that.
What?
I took this story online about you and I started to type away about the kind of demon you really are and what terrible things you did to my family. And there are, it seems, a lot of people who really understood the story and have been sharing it with everyone so they all can have an idea of the beast you've become. Scary, right? I haven't even had to say anything else about you. Yet there were people posting things like your address, your place of work, your history. The internet really is an amazing, but also terrifying tool. I'm sure that with how famous this story about you has become, there will be no place for you to run and hide anymore, and no place where you can find another job either.
No! I don't want you to leave me, Dave. I'm your little sister. And that means I'll be by your side for the rest of our lives. Help me, Dave. There's no way in hell you can throw away your own sister like this.
Once you're in prison, you won't be able to see me anymore. The fact that I'll never have to see you or hear from you again makes me grin. Sorry that I'm the only one between the two of us who'll become happy. Grace, Ivy has been transferred to the state penitentiary now. We can finally rest easy knowing she won't be getting out of there for a very long time.
Yay. About time.
I know, right? That was a lot of battling within the courthouse, but we finally did it. And all because we had the full strength of our family behind us.
That was so kind of them. Not only did they help us pay the legal fees for this battle, but they also acted as witnesses to the other things Ivy would do. I'm happy we were able to help your parents move out and into their new house as well.
My dad said he never wanted to think about that child again and left all her things in that house to be destroyed and burned all the pictures they had of her. And now that we have this money from her that we won in the settlement, we can help other members of the family move as well if they want to. I'm so glad everything worked out the way we hoped, and that Ivy has been left with nothing but debt and despair.
It's really over then. Does that mean we can stop being upset?
No, I'm not sure that's the case just yet.
What?
The chances are very slim for her, but when she does get out of that prison in 40 years, there's still a chance she can pay off her debts and live a normal life again.
I'm aware of that.
I will not allow that to happen. I want that bitch to rot in hell forever.
Dave, come on now. We can stop that. It's over now. She's in prison, and I'm sure when all the other inmates hear about what she did, they'll have their way with her.
Are you not in pain after everything you've had to go through and find out?
I am. I really, really am. I will never be able to forgive her, and I hope that she suffers forever after what she's done. But Dave, our son is asking for us to stop worrying so much and to get back to living our lives the way he would have wanted it.
What do you mean?
Dave, I didn't know when to tell you this, but I'm pregnant again.
What? What? Are you serious? But the doctor said...
I know, he told me to give up, but he never said that I had a 0% chance with you. When I went in to find out if I really was pregnant again, the doctor told me it was another miracle. I think that this could be what our son wished for us up in heaven, and that he wants us to forget about everything Ivy had done.
You became pregnant at a time like this. I wonder if he really hates seeing us so upset over what happened.
I think so. And that's why with this baby, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect it. I won't let anyone take them away from me again. No matter what happens next, I am going to have this baby. So please, let's just try dropping this emotional baggage and look towards the future with them.
Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said all of that. I'm going to make sure I do everything to protect you, Grace. Protect you, our baby, and this family.
Thank you so much, Dave. This time we are going to meet with our baby and make them our everything. While in prison, Ivy was given the chance to call with her relatives, but when she tried to, not a single one of them would answer to her. Since then, she doesn't even bother to use the phone anymore and will sit in her cell all day long in a state of pure depression and loneliness. I'm sure it won't be too much longer before our family gets a call from the state penitentiary about how she was involved in a stabbing or something and has become deceased. As for myself, I went and gave birth to the baby I'd gotten pregnant with, and they turned out to be a healthy little boy. It's a whole lot of work having to take care of a newborn, but having finally been able to meet our child, my husband and I couldn't be happier. In a couple more months, it'll be our first son's memorial again, but this time, instead of looking to the ground in sadness, we'll be looking up into the sky, trying to find where he is. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Livia, there happens to be quite an age difference between you and Ronan, huh? I was surprised when I saw your face. You both look really similar to one another in age, but I suppose Ronan still looks good enough to be my husband and all, right?
Harley, what are you trying to say about us? It's a bit weird of you to start texting your husband's sister about all of this. For some reason, I'm getting the idea that you're trying to talk crap to me, yet I'm not sure why you'd want to do something like that with me.
Huh? I'm not trying to talk crap about anything. I'm just trying to talk about how your brother and you seem to look really alike, and I mean that in terms of you really look like a man at your age. Is that not embarrassing for you?
You have no right to be asking me something as rude as that, then. I'm not really sure what you're trying to get at here, but you're starting to upset me, so would you please stop? Do you have any reason to be asking me a question like that? Are you going to get any use from my answer?
You plan on coming to the wedding, right? Having you come to the wedding looking like that is, don't you feel that you'll be embarrassing your little brother?
Embarrass Ronan. So you want to make fun of me that badly? What do you think you have that allows you to make fun of me like that? Tell me what has led you to treat me this way.
Oh geez, nothing's led me to this actually. But if you were to come to my wedding looking the way you do, then I might have a reason to start hating you more.
And how would me be going to my brother's wedding cause you to hate me more than you already do now? That doesn't make any sense to me.
What? Is that so? I'm sure it does make sense in a way. Naturally, I'd be pretty pissed off if you came.
I understand that you don't like the way I look, but what sense does it make to tell me to stay away from the wedding just because I look the way I do? I don't get it.
You're going to make those around me worry.
What do you mean?
If you look as ugly as you do, then this could mean that my kids will end up looking that bad as well, right? I don't want my family and friends to be worried about things like that. I want to keep you out of view from my family, and that's why I'm saying these things now. I wouldn't want people to start making rumors about you and I as well.
So you're telling me that just because I look like this, you're going to say all those things? I'm not too sure that I look that bad to begin with, so I think it would be wise to stop talking about me like that. I really don't get how you believe making fun of me like that is acceptable, especially when I'm your sister-in-law now.
Then let me tell it to you straight. My wedding has to be perfect. My dream is to have a perfect wedding for all my guests. Yet if you walked in there looking like you do, who's to say what everyone might start to think about me?
What everyone might think? I don't think anyone will care about how I look. I just plan to attend the wedding because I'm Ronan's sister.
I'm going to have to become family to some ugly chick. And to make it all worse, you're not even married. You're going to be like some heavy baggage to this family. I feel so bad for myself. You have to understand what I'm saying here, right? That's why I hate the idea of you being there. Don't come, please.
So you're saying you don't want me to come to that wedding to protect your image?
Well, that's right. You understand me, right?
I'm not going to deal with this. I don't even get how you became this awful of a person, Harley. I suggest that from now on you think about what you have to say before you speak, or else you might be tying the very noose that'll hang you.
It's crazy that even after all those warnings I gave you, you still rolled up to my wedding. Are you looking to be embarrassed or something?
Harley, don't you think it's time you gave all that up? I'm at this wedding today to meet with my family and friends, as well as enjoy my brother's wedding. You do not have any right to be stopping me from doing all that.
Shut up already, you ugly woman.
So you're still going to come at me with those rude phrases?
You're my sister-in-law, so how about you shut up and listen? Do you really want to embarrass both yourself and your cute little sister-in-law? I'm married to a very successful doctor now who happens to be your little brother. I will not let you ruin our very special day today with those looks of yours.
I happen to be a doctor myself, you know.
And I'm a woman who's been chosen to be the wife of a doctor. I've already gone and bragged about this to all my family and friends, therefore I have to have the most perfect wedding today. I really can't imagine having some ugly family member here ruining my dream right now, yet it seems to already be happening.
You really need to calm yourself down, Harley.
Before Ronan's boss gets here, I want you gone. You aren't any family worth our time and success anymore, so get lost. We don't have all day to wait for you to leave, so get on with it, you disgraceful hag.
If you're really going to say things like that, then I guess I understand the kind of person you really are deep down.
So you finally learned your place in this family? You don't want to ruin your brother's wedding today by being here, right? If you really do understand what I'm asking and saying, then shut up and go home. This is for the best when it comes to everyone here. It's a frickin' disgrace to have an ugly woman like you at this wedding. The owner of that hospital Ronan works at is coming really soon and will be giving a speech for us. So go already.
Are you sure things will be fine without me here?
Of course they will be.
I see. Guess I'm going home then. Take care of my brother for me.
You'd better be gone by the time the owner gets on stage to give that speech. I don't want to start getting physical with you or anything like that today.
I see that you're so happy to be ordering me to leave like that, but you're going to regret all of that real soon, you know.
I have zero reason to regret any of this.
Well then, I'll be doing as you've asked and heading home now. After this, I don't think you and I will ever be talking to one another again. So please take good care of my brother today.
Things have gotten really bad here. Livia! Hey, Livia! Where are you right now? Answer your phone already!
So now that your wedding is kicked off, you probably learned about the person that I am.
Why did you never tell me about this? Livia, you're the owner of that hospital?
That's right. And I've already gone home, so whatever you're going to ask for, it's already too late.
What? You really went home already? But you couldn't have gone that far, right? Come back here without making it seem obvious that you left. Please?
Huh? Why do I have to go back to the wedding now?
Because you're supposed to be the main guest at this wedding today. Everyone is excited to meet you and are patiently waiting around for you to come out and give that speech. Actually, because you're not here, we aren't really able to do anything else. Come back here right now.
Come on, even if you figured that all out now and want to text me about it, I don't want to come back.
Why not? I didn't know about who you were is all. If you're going to be the one that everyone is looking forward to seeing today, then of course you can be at my wedding. I never actually thought someone like you could be the hospital owner.
I actually have something to ask you. Why did you not know who I was? My dad ended up changing his position 2 years ago and I was made the new owner. And now my dad is the chairman. Could that mean that my brother never told you anything about this?
Wait, well now that you mention all of that, I do feel as though he explained all of that before. But I wasn't really listening to him at the time. I didn't think you could be the hospital owner. And I just assumed that until Ronan would become the next owner, someone else was running the show that nobody knew about. Maybe your guys' uncle or something.
Wow. All of that seems to be just some wild dream you had. I'm the hospital owner, and today was the day I would be giving the speech and be considered the most important guest at your wedding. You never went and checked on something like that even before the wedding?
I never had a look at the name of the person giving the speech today. All I knew was that the owner would be coming and giving that speech.
So you never heard anything about me coming?
That's correct. Even Ronan just said that the hospital's owner would be coming. He never said that the hospital owner was going to be you, of all people.
I'm sure that's right. He works under me after all and probably forgot to refer to me as his sister instead of as the owner. But you should have still been aware that I am the current owner of the hospital. He had to have brought that up with you at some point before today. I assume myself that you knew who I was this whole time even.
Well, I'm telling you now that I had no idea. I never meant to be mean to you about any of that.
You never meant to. Even though you were calling me ugly all of that time without any restraint.
I didn't mean to say all that.
Realize this, Harley. It's one thing that I'm the owner your husband is working for. But before you even knew about that, you knew that I've been your husband's older sister. You have joined my family, and now you should consider me something like your older sister yourself, right? Yet you seem to not bother with that knowledge whatsoever and still continued saying very rude things to me. And today you kicked me out of your guys' wedding, all so that your image wouldn't be harmed. Even just thinking about all of this has made me give up on you completely.
Don't give up on me. Please, right now things are starting to become tense here. If you don't come back here now, your brother will even find out what's happened. Please, come back to the wedding and sneak in for me right now.
You really want me to? Tell me then, what's in it for me? What merits are there that would make me want to come back to your wedding?
What? Merits? What are you trying to ask there? What merits?
Just a little while ago, you went all out on me in order to get me to leave, right? Don't you feel as though you're being a little rash right now by asking me to come back there after all those hurtful things you said to me? If there's something in it for me, then I might think about coming back. But I'm thinking there's not one merit to going back there.
The merit to all this is that you'll be able to get closer to me.
That's a lot of confidence you have there. It's quite strange to think that something as unfortunate as that would be a merit for me. Honestly, I'm planning to cut ties to you completely here soon.
What? What do you mean cut ties to me?
You went ahead and really did it by being extremely rude to someone you barely even knew. Did you actually want me to stick around to be your family member? Because I remember you saying that I'm like heavy baggage to the family. And I don't even view you as family anymore. All you are to me now is the idiot witch that my little brother decided to tie the knot with.
Hold on a second. Don't you think you're being a little too harsh?
I just spoke with my brother about why I'm not there. He just asked me where I'd gone and I had to tell him the truth.
What? You're lying, right? What did you tell him? You never said anything unnecessary, right?
And what would you consider to be unnecessary? Because if you consider the truth unnecessary, then I might have just done that. What I said is that you continued to call me ugly and that you didn't want me at your wedding. And that for the longest time now you've gone out about how me coming to your wedding would cause problems for everyone. I'd had enough of your crap and left before the wedding even started. That's what I told him.
Hold on. You actually said all of that to him? Saying things like that about what happened to him will get him all upset, right?
Having someone as calm as Ronan get upset will most likely spell the end for you.
What have you done? It's going to be your fault that his wedding is ruined. Ronan's going to lose his mind knowing about all that now. And that will lead to this whole wedding being canceled because of it.
And that would be considered getting what you asked for, right?
What I asked for? What?
Everything that you were saying to me all this time, it's all coming back to bite you in the butt now. How come you don't understand that? This is what you were asking for, right? Why are you getting all worked up over the fruits of your labor now?
But wait, had you just explained to me yourself that you're the owner of that hospital and that you happen to be Ronan's boss, then none of this would be happening. Had you not said any of that useless crap to Ronan about me, then he would have never found out, right? This is all your fault, Livia. Don't you get that right now?
When are you going to shut up? Listening to you go on and on is so stupid that I'm actually starting to laugh.
What? Why do you say that?
First thing you should understand is that all of those stupid and heartless things you were saying to me all pissed me off. And that then led to my brother getting pissed off. It doesn't matter anymore that I told him the truth or not. It never did, actually. All of this was because of those things that you said to me. Those horrible, cruel things.
But even if I was saying those things to you, you knew there was a reason for all of it.
Your reason being that you were trying to protect your image doesn't mean anything to me when you're that selfish about everything. I don't care about any of that. So there. I really do think that someone like you, who would talk that awfully to your own family and ask them to leave your wedding because they will ruin your image, should not be married to a doctor at all. But that's just my thinking.
What? Wait, Ronan just said that the wedding is being canceled. Did you say something else to him that made him want all of this?
I didn't say anything else to him. I believe he's made a choice based off of what you did to me. Well then, it really sucks that you weren't able to have that perfect dream wedding of yours. Now, don't you ever come around me again.
Wait, Livia! I just wanted to be happy today. Please, come back here and fix things between Ronan and I.
You can have the most pretty-looking face in the world, but with a soul as rotten as yours, you're never going to become happy, I think. In the end, the wedding between Harley and Ronan was cancelled, and I'd like to say that that's the best outcome. Harley ended up bawling her eyes out after that and was trying to plead and beg for the wedding to go on. Ronan told her he could never actually get married to someone who would go and make horrible statements like she'd made about a family member. And that right there spelled the end of them two for having a future together. Harley then tried coming to me and getting her on her hands and knees to apologize for what she'd done, but there was no way I would listen to her anymore. After ignoring her final attempt at having things fixed up for herself, she was left sitting in despair. I'm sure she has no idea what she's going to do next with her life now, but I bet it'll do a lot of sitting in her house depressed, waiting for someone to come over and save her. This was the depressing life that she kept asking for when she made fun of my looks and said that I would be a heavy baggage for the family, and now she's going to have to live with it. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you in the next story.
Janet, I'm sorry that you're in the hospital right now, but I've got to leave you. Do your best with raising a little brat!
James? What are you trying to say here? I don't get what you're saying at all. What do you mean you're leaving?
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. I thought of just leaving quietly without too much of a hassle. But yeah, I thought it would leave a bad taste in your mouth either way. I've left you the divorce papers, so sign them up so that I can hurry up and get out of this marriage. Please.
Divorce papers? I'm sorry, but I have got absolutely no idea what you're trying to do. You do realize that I'm in the hospital right now about to give birth to our child, right?
Of course I get what's going on. But I have no intention of acknowledging that child's existence. I don't want it. Just try raising it on your own.
I don't believe this. Are you being serious, James? Is this some sort of prank you're pulling? It's just bad taste to be joking with me right now.
But this isn't a joke, Janet. You must know that.
What? Why are you doing this?
I've already left the divorce papers for you in the living room. So fill it out, sign it, and file it at the courthouse, please. It would be much appreciated.
Stop messing me about, James. You haven't even seen your child yet. What is this madness? Have you no sense of responsibility?
To be honest with you, I don't really much care for children. Just the sight of them makes me feel sick.
You're kidding me, right? You don't like kids?
It also makes me sick to know that you're giving birth to a child at the age of 42! If we think about this in a calming manner, you're an old hag having a child, Janet. What's it like to give birth at such an old age?
What kind of child do you think this is? You think it's bad that I'm giving birth to this child? Plus risking my own life in the process?
Look, I've had enough of all this crap. There, I said it clear and plainly for you. I'm going to get a divorce from you, so that I'm not with an old hag. Basically because I can't love a child that's coming from a miserable old hag like you.
Now, wait just a minute there, James. A child that's from a miserable old hag? What kind of person does that make you if you're going to completely insult your own flesh and blood, your own child, James?
No matter what, my low-leveled insults are nothing compared to an old hag giving birth to a brat. I've already decided what I've wanted to do, alright? After all, younger women are much better. I have no idea what I was thinking when we were getting married. I'm still only in my 30s, and you're in your 40s already? It's gross! I don't know how I managed to go along with that.
I can't believe the things you're saying. I'm barely that much older than you, and I was in my 30s just 2 years ago. I can't help getting older as time goes by. It's a natural part about being a human. You've picked the worst possible time to be doing this to me! It's such a cruel thing to up and abandon me like this!
Don't even worry about it. I'm just going to do whatever I want. If I'm being honest, I don't get why I married such an old hag in the first place. Next time, I'm definitely going to marry a younger woman. It's just going to be impossible for me to look after an old lady and a little brat if I want to be with a younger woman. If you think you're going to have trouble with raising the kid, then just get a live-in nurse. It's an impossible job for me to do.
I really didn't expect you to be saying things like this. I thought you wanted a child with me and to be happy together.
I knew that I couldn't do this when you found out that you were pregnant.
Wait, what? You felt like this since then? That was almost 9 months ago.
Well, I thought now would be a better time to let it all out. I thought that you getting pregnant at the age of 42 was just so wrong and gross. If an old hag was going to give birth to a little brat, I just knew I couldn't love you anymore. And so, I want a divorce. It's not right.
Fine, I get it. Have it your way then. We can break up.
Good job with bringing a child up on your own, Janet!
You've stooped too low and I'm done with this conversation. It's impossible to deal with you right now. I'll file the divorce papers once I've signed them. Don't even think about contacting me again. I don't want to hear from you. With all this, you've given up all your rights when it comes to our child.
I don't need anything else. I don't think this child is even mine. I think it's absolutely disgusting that you're having a child at your age. You're such an old hag, Janet.
Goodbye, James. I never want to be reminded of you ever again. Please get out of my life.
You don't need to even say anything. I'm out of here. I'll keep the checkbook that I left at the house.
What? The money from the checkbook? You took it?
Of course I took it. I'll take it as a parting gift for myself. On that note, I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself.
You can't just take the money as a gift. You're the one that should be paying me for all the things you've said and done. Nothing more you could say to me would change how low you've sunk in my book. Don't contact me again. I don't care about what you do anymore. Not to bother you or anything, but why the heck did you barge into my parents' house? You're so annoying, and you need to stop interfering in my life.
Janet, thank you for messaging me. I've been trying to get in contact with you, but you never answered me. I thought that I'd never see you again!
What are you talking about? I'm not seeing you and I don't want to see you. I have no intentions to meet you.
Just you contacting me like this makes me really happy to hear from you.
Haven't you been listening to this conversation? Stop being a nuisance and barging into my parents' house.
I have to stop that? Why? It would be fine if you just met up with me. Then we'd have no problems.
You're giving me such bad vibes. What's your point in doing this, James?
I'm in tatters without you, Janet. I want us to fix what's broken.
Is this for real, James? After all you did to me, you want to be together again?
I'm begging you. Please forget those days long ago that I said those things to you. I want to be together. I shouldn't have dated a younger woman.
What the heck are you talking about, James? Why are you messing with me?
I'm not. Look, I'm sorry for what I've done. I dated a younger woman after I left you, and we were going to get married, but it ended up being a scam. She was a wedding scammer.
Oh, is that so? Oh, that's no good, James.
So I've been forced into debt as she took a lot of money from me. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I knew it wouldn't be good trying to marry someone younger than me. Younger women are just bad news. All I have is you now.
Now this is just making me feel sick to my stomach. What are you trying to say, James? I really hope that this is some kind of joke. Ha ha. Just what are you looking for when it comes to me? Because I have no clue anymore. Don't come to my parents' house anymore, okay? Or I'll call the police and notify them about you trying to get in.
Why would you do that to me? Please tell me where you're living now. I want to hang out with you. I'm good to go right now if you like.
Excuse me? You want to hang out? I have no plan on meeting you, James. No way.
I've been trying to find you for a while now, Janet. But you must have moved apartments or something. I didn't hear from you, so I was desperately trying to find out where you lived. That's why I went looking for you at your parents' house. Finally, you replied to my messages, and I'm so happy about that.
I'm not happy about this at all, and it's just getting beyond annoying now. So would you please just stop trying to contact me?
Okay, then we can just start all over again.
Are you nuts? Why are you in such a good mood with me now? Oh yeah, let's just start over. No way. That's not how this works after how awful you were to me.
I don't get it. Why not? I'm making amends for what I've said to you in the past.
It was over 2 years ago, James. To me, you're just a disgusting ex-husband who abandoned me for a younger woman. It would be such a hassle and a nuisance if someone suddenly just started looking for me again. Which is what you're being, James. What makes you think that the opposite can happen and I take you back, huh? You're just a piece of trash that I want gone.
What the heck, Janet? That's a bit of an exaggeration. Why are you being like this? You must be feeling lonely too, right? You're already 44? I'm talking to an old hag who's lonely and nobody cares about. I know that you were waiting for me to contact you. That's why I'm saying let's start all over. Don't you understand how kind I'm being right now?
You still have these types of misunderstandings for me just like before. You haven't changed one bit. Just because I'm older than you doesn't mean you can look down on me as something that doesn't sell. Why do you think of me as leftovers? Don't you remember how you broke up with me 2 years ago?
What? I don't get what you mean.
Around the time I was about to give birth to our child, you said a downright cruel thing. You said that you can't love a little brat that an old hag gave birth to. You abandoned a mother and daughter, all for a younger woman that you were running after. And you're really still trying to get back together with me, even though you deceived me. Are you paying attention to the reality of all this?
You're so certain about what I said to you. But I wasn't being that serious about it, Janet. I didn't have any confidence at that time, so I accidentally said those cruel things to you when it came to expressing my feelings. I really regret it, Janet.
Even if you regret it, it's got nothing to do with me now. If you regret what you said, then why don't you reflect on it so that you'll do better next time? It's too late with us. There's no next time for you and me.
Why are you saying such things? I can't believe that you don't want to start things over with me. I thought that you would still love me even after all this time.
Ew, no way, James. Please stop saying such things. That's so disgusting. While making those sort of statements, you think that you can just contact me and walk back into my life as if nothing has happened? It's unbelievable. I've had enough of this drama, and I'm busy, so that's about all I have to say.
Huh? Why are you busy?
I can't do anything more for you. I refuse to. Find the right girl on your own. I don't want to be with you. Well, there might not be any woman on this earth who would be a perfect match with you.
How could you say something like that to me? And you thought I was cruel? Don't you like me anymore?
Naturally, I don't from the messages I sent you. You're a garbage of an ex-husband.
Are you still working?
What's that got to do with anything we've talked about?
You're on a good income, aren't you? It doesn't matter if I'm unemployed and we're together, right?
I'm not surprised at this. I'm not going to take you in just because you don't have a job. What am I supposed to do about you not having any money? I can't believe what you were trying to pull out of a hat to try and get with me again. I'm busy with my own life here, and you're a complete stranger to me. I don't want to be anywhere near you.
But we have a child together, Janet. I'm that kid's parent too, you know. We should be raising this child together, as a family.
You have no rights to this child, James. Did you forget that you gave up on all rights to the child when we got divorced? Rather, that you didn't even recognize the child as your own. I had to do the complicated matter of submitting a birth certificate and divorce papers at the same time. It was such a hassle, especially with how I was feeling at the time. But somehow, it all worked out, and you have no rights to my daughter. After that, I got married again, and now my husband has adopted my daughter as his own.
Excuse me? She's got a new father? Why did you get remarried without my permission? How come you didn't tell me?
Why do I have to tell you something like that?
Maybe it's because you're my ex-wife?
That's exactly right. You're a stranger to me, and it's not right for you to say that. So, with that, I would like to claim back the money that you stole from me before, please.
What are you talking about? What money I stole?
I don't know how someone can forget about stolen money. Even if the person who hurt you forgets, the person who got hurt always remembers. That's what we need to deal with now. I won't forgive you for what you've done to me, and I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I won't forgive you unless you stop causing trouble with my parents and with my little family.
Janet, please don't be like this. I want to start over again with you. I want to fix the mistake I made 2 years ago. I'll do my best to improve things between us. Let's move forward in life together.
I refuse to do all of those things with you. I have no intention of starting over with someone who has failed me once before. I'm really happy now. Getting a divorce from you was one of the best decisions of my life. Ha ha.
And that's that with me? What did I even do that was so utterly terrible? At least can you lend me some money? Do I have to visit your parents' house again?
Fine. If you're really going to be that way, I'll tell my parents the next time you come round to theirs so that they can go to the police.
What? You're involving the police now? You're not going to do that to your ex-husband, are you?
It's up to me what I decide to do, and that's what I'll do to keep you away from me and my family. I'm completely cutting ties with you, James. Don't expect anything from me. I don't want to be bothered again in the future, and I never want to see your pathetic face ever again. If you're going to say something more troubling than this, then we're going to take some serious measures against you. You better remember that.
Now hold up a minute. You're taking what serious measures against your own ex-husband?
Just so you know, my husband's a lawyer. So if you do anything that pushes my limit, my husband could get involved, you see? If you don't want that to happen, then I would just live a quiet life while you look on your sad and pathetic reality. See you later, you piece of crap! You know how you used to call me an old hag? You're old enough now to be called a miserable old man. Well, More like a poor, lonely, and miserable old man. You make me sick just by having to interact with you on a phone. Don't contact me ever again! In the end, James finished the conversation without saying anything back in response to Janet's messages. He wanted to do more about it and even went to her parents' house. He was reported for harassing them to the police and taken away. Until now, it seems that he's gone underground, so with that, her parents were able to find a secure place to live away from harassment. It seems that he was sent to a sketchy factory, as it were. He paid the debts that he owed. It seems that every day his day started with working really hard. He might be able to rehabilitate from this? Janet is living a happy life every day with her cute little daughter and her kind and gentle second husband. It seems that their daily life has become quite different since James was out of their lives. Naturally, that's good news for this cute little family unit.